Would you please sit? As Chancellor of this distinguished university, it's my very great pleasure to welcome all of you to this morning's ceremony for the Department of Marketing and Enterprise and the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics. I'd particularly like to congratulate all those who are receiving degrees this morning for their achievement and their hard work over the last few years. And I'd like to add to my congratulations their families, their friends, who perhaps have had to put up with the most difficult endurance test of all. I would like also to introduce the platform party and welcome on my immediate right Mr. Sid Nadim, who will be receiving the honorary degree of a Doctor of Letters, and on my far right, Mrs. Julie Newland, Pro-Vice Chancellor Enterprise and Director of Marketing and Communications. On my immediate left, Mr. Jerry Forrester, Dean of the Business School, and on my far left, Mr. Andrew Francis, Head of the Department of Marketing and Enterprise. Apart from our graduates and their families and their friends, we're very pleased to see also here today Mr. Nadim's partner, Heidi Maron, Mrs. Anne Nadim, his mother, and Nadia Cleaver, his sister. We're very pleased also to see Professor Neville Rayner, a member of the university's court. There are a very large number of people who are receiving their degrees this morning, and we will try, therefore, to be reasonably speedy in the execution of this ceremony. However, I do want to emphasize that this is a great moment in the lives of the graduands, and I hope this is something that they will feel is a fitting end to their years of endeavor, and that what they experience today will endure in their memories for the rest of their lives. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to proceed with the conferment of awards, and I have the greatest pleasure in calling upon Mr. Francis to read the citation for conferment of the Honorary Award of Doctor of Letters on Mr. Nadim.
Chancellor, it's my pleasure to present for the award of Honorary Doctor of Letters, Mr. Sid Nadim. In starting up and building what is now one of the country's top 100 digital marketing agencies, local entrepreneur Sid Nadim has overcome many different hurdles. Although Sid's tremendous success is largely down to his engaging personality and years of working 7 days a week, he attributes his success to the brilliant people he has around him. In addition to developing his growing business interests, Sid is helping young entrepreneurs to get their ideas off the ground. He's also giving back to the community in which he lives and works, lending his support to organisations like the Prince's Trust and the Peace Hospice in Watford, as well as this university. Before setting up his own agency, aptly named Clock in view of the long hours he works, Sid had a number of roles with London design and marketing agencies. It was here he first became interested in digital marketing and got a real taste for the world of business. But at the age of 23, he found himself redundant and without a home to call his own. Inspired by the potential of the internet and with the ambitions of his own, he decided to take the plunge and go it alone. Sid found a lifeline in the Prince's Trust, which provided both a mentor and a small grant to help him launch a design and marketing company. The faith that the Trust placed in him enabled Sid to secure further funding from his bank. The early days were tough, living hand to mouth. For a while, his small rented office also had to double as his home. He recalls making desks from MDF and sleeping on the floor. 16 years later, however, life and work are very different. Clock is a multi-award-winning business with offices in Hertfordshire, London and Shanghai, and a very impressive client list that includes the BBC, Channel 4, News International, and the comedians Bill Bailey and Eddie Izzard. Sid is often asked to share his inspiring story and appears regularly as a motivational speaker in schools and universities and at industry events. In 2007, he was one of the big shots in the BBC's popular children's TV programme called Beat the Boss, where he was beaten soundly. More seriously, however, Sid's company has been used on numerous occasions by governments and professional organisations as an example of best of breed in its field. Sid can relate closely to the disadvantaged young people that turn to the Prince's Trust for support, as he knows how important it is for someone to believe in him. Having found success via the Prince's Trust himself, he is keen to repay the debt he feels he owes and devotes a considerable amount of time to the charity. He is involved in creating training schemes and mentoring young entrepreneurs and chairs the Trust's Hertfordshire Fundraising Committee. To date, his efforts have helped raise close to £250,000 for young people across our county. Sid is always keen to pass on his experience and encourages others to explore their entrepreneurial ideas and to go into business. Staff and students at the business school are among those to benefit. Not only does his company provide work placement opportunities, but Sid himself gives generously of his time in mentoring our students. He has been an enthusiastic judge and sponsor of a number of university business competitions, such as Flair and the department's own e-marketing challenge events. We are delighted that he has recently agreed to become a member of our business school's Marketing Enterprise Advisory Board. When he's not working or pursuing his charity interest, he likes to spend time on his other passions, which include gadgets and technology and rugby, and he's a long-standing supporter of the Saracens Foundation charity based at the university's de Havilland campus. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding work in the development of business and entrepreneurial education, I am delighted to present for the award of Honorary Doctor of Letters, Sid Nadeem.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call on Mr. Nadeem to address us.
I'm going to have to work to get through this. Thank you, Andrew, for those kind words. And good morning, everyone. Chancellor, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I must admit that addressing an establishment of higher education such as this in such surroundings was one of the last things I thought I'd be doing, especially dressed as this. Looking back at others who have stood here to receive a similar award include Brian May, Joshua Rosenberg and Fergal Sharkey. I hear that Roger Moore is going to be here tomorrow. Sorry. I was here myself a couple of years ago when David James received his honorary doctorate, and I can imagine what you're wondering, which is probably the same as me. What on earth is he doing here? So in desperation, I researched some great acceptance speeches. I saw Bill Gates in his 2005 Stanford commencement address. It was so inspiring. Then I watched Neil Gaiman. Did anyone see him address more recently at the University of Arts in London? Anyone see that? No? Fantastic. I'm going to be able to plagiarize a little more than I thought. Because something I share with both those gentlemen is that I didn't go to university either. And recently I was asked to talk at my old school, St. Columba's, just over the way there. In preparation, I dug out one of my old report cards to see if I could get some inspiration. Because I realised that some of my old teachers were going to be there, and I guessed that they might remember that actually I wasn't that gifted at school. And in fact, as my grades showed, I was a below average student, summed up by Mr. Byrne, and made worse rather by Mr. Byrne, my form teacher, who commented that that was a good year. So what happened? How did things turn around? And what on earth am I doing here? In the very short time I have today, I'd like to share 3 principles that helped me through some tough times. And I hope some of those lessons that I learned will help you as you move from graduation into the big, bad, and wide world. Firstly, I'd like to talk to you about trust. Many people are fearful of trust, and that's often because they've experienced some pain in the past, and it hurts, so they don't trust easily again. And they say that trust is earned. But I've taken a different approach, because I think that if you know someone doesn't really trust you, if they've got a plan B, if you know that they're expecting you to let them down, then it's quite easy to let them down. In fact, you're almost doing a favor by proving them right. Conversely, if you know that someone really believes in you and trusts you and wants you to succeed, then you'll do everything you can not to let that person down. If you give people trust and responsibility, they become trustworthy and responsible in most cases. And I'll go as far as to say that trust is engendered, so trust people and trust each other. The second principle I'd like to share with you is something I learned from our brilliant CTO, Paul Serby. He told me that whatever you're doing right now, there's probably a better way of doing it. So change is no longer a scary thing. In fact, it actually becomes the norm. So embrace change, seize hold of it. Constantly challenge yourself and those around you to be the best that you can be. Pursuit of excellence never ends. And if you embrace it, you'll always have a lust for life and a lot less fear. Finally, it's good to have a plan. It's not always easy to decide and know what you want to do for the rest of your life. So to help, I created my deathbed plan. And you can too. Just imagine what it would feel like to be on your deathbed and look back on the things that you're proud of. I'd imagine today is one of those days, and it should be as a fantastic achievement. But think about what other obstacles you've overcome. Who's around you? Who's inspired you? Who have you inspired? If you can, really immerse yourself and build a clear vision. Get that picture in your mind. Make it fun, engaging. It's your dream after all. And once you've got that dream, you've got that vision, you can draw a path back to today, and you've got a plan. And every decision you make takes you closer to or further away from that dream. And you know, when you're on your imaginary deathbed, you get a feeling for what really bothered you in life and what's really important. It puts everything in perspective. So have a plan. Now for some all-important messages of thanks. I would like to sincerely thank the panel that conferred this award, to the university and especially the business school for turning out such a cracking bunch of graduates again this year. To my loving mum, Anne, that's going to get tough, for teaching me the value of a strong work ethic. To my sister, Nadia, and best friend, John, who bailed me out when I desperately needed it. To my wonderful assistant, Claire, who helps organise my professional life, and to the love of my life, Heidi, for looking after me in every other aspect. If you have friends and family like these, as I think some of you do, then consider yourselves truly lucky. And now, I want you to look around you. Acknowledge each other. Look to the left, look to the right, look forwards, because we are the graduating class of 2012. We have a connection, a unifying bond that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. I'm on LinkedIn. Find me. Find each other. Find the faculty. And connect. That's how it works, and it's okay. Let's look after this network. Let's look after each other. Trust each other. Be kind. Be smart. Work hard. And finally, do something you love. Because if you find something you love doing, then you never have to get a job for the rest of your lives. I wish you all the very best and look forward to celebrating with you later.
Thank you, Dr. Nadim. We shall now receive the graduates of the Department of Marketing and Enterprise and the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics. Candidates, as you know, are presented by a senior member of the academic staff from their faculty, and I would first call upon Dr. Peter Fraser.
Business School, Doctor of Philosophy. Ping Ha has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in recognition of a programme of work entitled Chinese Brands and Branding Strategies. Chancellor, Dr. Ping Ha.
Department of Marketing and Enterprise, Bachelor of Arts degree in Event Management. Sandy Xenia Hannah Anderson. Maria Angeli. Jackie Laura Brown. With first-class honours, Reese James Casey. Fiona Sarah Chapman. With first-class honours, Rebecca Saffron Crafter. Charlotte Natasha Crisford. With first-class honours, Katrina De Silva. With first-class honours, Cara Lee Droy. With first-class honours, Rachel Edwardson. Chloe Rebecca Elton. With first-class honours, Lucy Marie Esmond. With first-class honours, Katie Marie Foraker. Katerina Marie Giorgio. Bavneet Kaur Jill. Jada Hussein. Emma Ellen James. Louise Catherine Jones. Ranveer Kaur Kandola. Sikiratula Adenike Olakumbi Kuku. Katerina Kyriakou. Yi Lam Law. With first-class honours, Stacey Ann Powell. With first-class honours, Stephanie Powell. Kiranjit Kaur Rai. With first-class honours, Sheridan Roberts. Lauren Russo. Ruth Dion Aisha Sadler. Virali Shah. Amy Jade Sharman. With first-class honours, Emma Jane Simmons. With first-class honours, Katrina Ann Tabor. With first-class honours and winner of the Hertfordshire Chamber of Commerce and Leisure Partnership Award, Louisa Jane Trickett. Rachel Opeyemi Verasimo. With first-class honours, Joshua Stewart Watson. Bachelor of Arts degree in International Tourism Management, Asha Baby Kumar. Huda Bodine. Aisha Kurmola. Roshni Mistry. Jivanita Ramgolam. Rowena Anthea Rufus. With first-class honours, Maribel Mendez. With first-class honours and winner of the Association for Tourism in Higher Education Award, Olga Tan.
Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing, James Oluwase Bolahen Adekoya. Abimbola Ajay. Adetun Blessing Orabola Akinrolabu. Anne Kemi Akintaro. Tuhid Akram. Khalid Mohammed S. Al-Salan. Nisa Amin, Shireen Helen Andrew, Demi Michael Ario, Ernesta Beltutate, Tom Alfie Barrett, Olaronke Oluwatosin Bello, Jordan Asquith Matthew Bonaparte, Rochelle Bramwell, Dahlia Burhan, Daniel Alexandra Butler, Ji Haolong Chow, with first class honors, James Andrew Card, Abigail Natalie Castillo Espana, Timothy James Chan, Marios Telemachos Terelamides, Natasha Clayton, Charlotte Sophie Collins, Natalie Bibiana Daniel, Kanan Kishore Chandra Dev, Marco Tommaso Di Cecco, Jason Anthony Diaz, with first class honors, Iona Drimoni, Preet Dubla, Imad Al Hamri, Papa Kwame Gemfi, with first class honors, Jens Goebbels, Siobhan Rowan Gowdy, Romaine Griedich, Rosie Ellen Hart, Scott John Hastings, with first class honors, Francesca Emily Heath, Joshua Hendricks, Andy Ifosa Idehen, Michael Katasi, Sarah Khan, Rodney Kofi Kai, Shabir Lada, Yoon Kien Lam. Tse Yen Lo. Agnes Kuan Sin Lee. Yin Lin Leong. Min Lee. Yi Jing Lee. Jenyu Lin. Melissa Fen Ling. Sai Yin Luk. Yu Ma. Joshua Ray Marlowe. Sade Monica Yawande Musanya. Chireshri Mukherjee. Pui Honga. Takada Margaret Nyamambi. Venetia Lee Ogilvie. Eliseos Odysseus. With first class honors, Neil Robert Paul. Michelle Deneba Akua Ageman Kwashi. Romoke Alimot Rabiu. Tanya Dirukshi Rezel. Saeed Hashim Ali Riji. With first class honors, Priya Sahansara. Arandeep Kaur Sahota. Haley Jane Searle. Bhavini Shah. Kaned Shah. Chanel Maya Shah. Liam Schutz. Peter Stengold. Chi Zhan Ten. Tan Pei Jing. Kien Yong Tae. With first class honors, Jaden Taylor Cheltenham. Junie Tu. Abil Tesfaye. Krishna Uka. Emma Vani. Feng Jihao Wang. Lu Wang. Tai Ho Wang. Peter Woolard. Heng Wen Wu. Pearl Yahaya. Seda Yelohuzanova. Yandu Yu.
Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing with Advertising, Vanessa Adusei. Katie Ann Agnew. Jack Curtis Bambury. Stephen Jamai Barnett. Melissa Dawn Brown. With first class honors, Scott Brown. Martin Kelvy. With first class honors, Janine Castellano. Catherine Ho Yum Chan. With first class honors, Laura Catherine Coles. David John Cousins. Sergio Alexander do Rosario Pedroso da Silva. Poppy Alexandra Glover. With first class honors, Spela Hozsák. Melissa Joy Amy Hudson. Sadia Ali Hussein. Ayan Subash Kotecha. Kate Amy Lambert. Michael John McFadden. Peter Chishwaka Mutombo. With first class honors, Charlotte Louise Orbel. Vanessa Aida Owusu Asabere. Louise Jane Pierce. Stavroula Physicos. With first class honors, Danielle Louise Pratchett. With first class honors, Philip Leo Tyrell Ringuth. Jason Sana. Richard Philip Seris. Jessal Sushak. With first class honors, Casey Maria Sugru. Sumaya Sultana. Sarah Tari. Disha Thanki. Dipen Wagela. Frank Wokoma. Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing with Fashion, with first class honors, India Rose Bennett. Jasmine Olinda Capella. With first class honors, Ashley Jane Clark. Jade Louise Cooksley. Kiera Devi. Lisa Steffi Fernandez. Georgina Grace Fleming. Ocean Siefang. Nikki Jassal. With first class honors, Dalla Rose Jenkins. Katie Brooke Lipton. Vian Nouri. Alexia Catherine Panay. Emma Jane Porter. Parveen Singh. Rhiannon Isabel Thomas. Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing with Public Relations, Gronya Jenny Jarman. With first class honors, Theodora Raikinova.
Bachelor of Arts degree in Tourism Management, Basim Ahmed. Harpreet Kaur Brar. With first class honours, Melanie Braun. Leanne Danielle Callahan. Gang Chen. Kaylee Dawkins. Angelica Dansoa Kissy. Tarisha Maren Lewin. With first-class honours and winner of both the Hertfordshire Chamber of Commerce Tourism Leisure Partnership Award and winner of the Institute of Travel and Tourism Award, Hayley Laura McKechnie. Lauren Pauline McKeever. Holly Roxanne Mumford. Nisha Powell. With first-class honours, Emily Jane Perkis. Jagdeep Randhawa. Bisden Emma Sebair. Savita Sharpa. Naila Banu Turabali. Inessa Zamani.
Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics. The following awards were achieved under the Business Joint Honours Programme. Bachelor of Arts degree, Sejal Acharya. Sonal Acharya. Jada Ahmed. Cynthia Uchachukwu Akabuogu. Afia Ahmed. Mohammed Moinul Alam. Amina Hassan Ahmed Haji Ali. Daniel Ampofo. Ikena Anifuna. With first-class honours, Jeffrey Adomaku Antwi. Lamar Neji Ashley. Mariam Sweetie Aslam. With first-class honours, Kayla Kadeen Bab. Nicola Louise Bamford. Beverly Adusei Banahini. Karandeep Singh Bansal. Dominique Dawn Bedson. Hasina Begum. Saray Bender. Rohit Bangu. Amanpreet Kaur Bogle. Rajpal Singh Bogle. Doigu Bolat. Shakar Akil Brown. Nicola Brewer. Abdul Rahman Bundu. Laura Burbate. Melissa Jane Louise Caliste. Caroline Marie Campani. With first class honours, Samuel Stephen Cartwright. Baghdad Cengiz. Wei Chun Chan. Kavita Chandengra. Nipa Chandrakanta. With first class honours, Henrietta Ifanyi Chukwu Chichedi. Anuj Chopra. Marilena Christodoulou. Charlotte Cooper. With first class honours, Ellis John Kroom. With first class honours, Rosie May Crow. With first class honours, Sarah Louise Cruz. Nanayi Esiogeni Dakat. Abigail Ogbo Domale. With first class honours, Rodney Owen Doman. Adrian Tarero Dube. Kenaz Parvez Dumasia. Kenechukwu Chiweta Eboka. Iya Nana Fatima Ebuna. Suel Fadil. Alexis Frances Falconer. Joshua Fenn. Sophie Helen Flynn. Mohammed Abu Faisal. Melanie Lucy Froggatt. Benjamin Patrick Gazy. Chatura Anupama Galaj. Melissa Sharina Gaston. Tatenda Godoka, Crystal Joy Gomez, Sophial Gonil, Hannah Catherine Grant, April Griffiths, Apar Gurung, Natasha Annie Harcheng, with first class honours, Anissa Hafiz, Kasim Abdul Rahman Mahmood Hantuli, Anna Louise Hart, Nicholas Hufong, James Michael Horsfall, Riacard Danielle Hoy, with first class honours, Nakbul Hussain, Soraya Haides, Seema Dinesh Jadfar, Mandeep Jutla, Reena Canby, Barvik Vijay Kapadia, Mamuna Kausar, Kishan Rajnikant Ladvar, Natasha Jagdish Lakhani, Emma Charlotte Layston, Ravish Limbachaya, Kane Rupert Little, Denise Elaine Lodge, Deepesh Makwana, with first class honours, Asif Shabir Malik, Avneet Manur, with first class honours, Jessica Elizabeth G. Marriott, Virginie Massacrea, with first class honours, Janelle Rachel Mackenzie, Siobhan Rebecca McLaren Hall, David Okon Fon, Darrell Ashley G. Miller, Mahek Madav Sharad Moda. Nilesh Babu Modwadia. Tanisha Jaslyn Morgan. With first class honours, John Tripp Moses. Zainab Murtaza Habib A. Muraj. Serena Dudua Obeng. Temideo Ezekiel Ogan Yankin. With first class honours, Nasya Okofu Newman. Olanre Waju Olayinka Oladan Joye. Olaitan Olaoye. With first class honours, Jehan Omar. Sylvia Nyaboke Onu Onga. Zaina Hanifa Iabu Onye. Priscilla Otema. James Thomas Owen. Vesta Owusu Yiadom. Pirathe Palarasa. Akshay Patel. Kayure Hamesh Kumar Patel. Nital Patel. Priyesh Sanjay Kumar Patel. Ravi Patel. With first class honours, Amy Peverett. Erashana Pitagala Kankana Malaji. Christina Maria Power. James Ross Preddy. Richard Ravera. Alexander Rose. Joshua Lee Rosen. Nisha Sagar. Gersharan Singh Sahota. Jaydip Singh Sandhu. Vineka Sese. Farjid Mahmood Shah. Tijal Shah. Mohammed Shafiq Azim bin Shaheen Shugtai. Kushangra Sheth. Ilknur Sil. Victoria Smith. Ornella Soki. Mandeep Kaur Soor. Panyota Stilianu. Lewis J. Swaby McLeglan. Han Tay. Chanithra Shalendri Thalpawila Kankan Amaj. Sukhjinder Kaur Tiara. Hamza Nicholas Thomas Yusuf. Daniel James Thompson. Delicia Ione Thompson. Melissa Tobin. Sebastian John Lewis Tull. Leroy Tummings. Aidin Turhan. Posthumous award. Sadly, in 2012, Valencia Algona Elotha Tizer died at the end of her final year on the Business Joint Honours Programme. She was posthumously awarded a Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing with Business, Second Class Honours, Second Division. Her certificate will be received by her brothers, Kamal and Jelani Tizer, who is currently a first-year student at this university. Muhammad Imam Uddin. Jermaine Watkins. Charlotte Welsh. Lee Peter Wiggins. Mitchell John Wildman. Holly Ann Williams. Bachelor of Science degree, Charlotte Emily Cayley. Konstantinos Kyriakou. With first class honours, Evelina Paulina Matalovska. With first class honours, Dhanashri Arvind Patel. With first class honours, Samuel Ramsey. Nathan Leon Wright. The following awards were achieved having followed approved programmes of study under the Credit Accumulation and Transfer Scheme. Bachelor of Arts degree. Olusegun Zayad Adeyemi. Baron Emirhan Akbas. With first class honours, Jason Alayaiki. Elif Arslan. Mohammed Zohaib Aziz. Isaac Charles Bolte Bokai. Nuruddin Ege. Zhao Ji Guo. Daljit Kaur. Jay Carver. Hatice Korora. Zainab Kulumi. Sarah Ladha. Lydia Lumumba. Mariam Opan. Ator Rahman. Amit Singh Sembi. Ahmed Oliyinka Tajuddin. Mikhail Anthony Thomas. Nathan Sean Walters. Yidan Zhu. Bachelor of Arts degree in Event Management, Nana Ataya Adjoa Koka. Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing, Jean Miranda Bello Aikman.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentation of awards, and I now have the greatest of pleasure in calling upon India Bennett to address us all on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Dr. Nadeem, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today as we are awarded our degrees. Today marks the end of one journey and the start of a much more onerous one. I'm sure that many of you have already embarked on this new phase of your life, working full-time and juggling the responsibilities of adulthood. However, I'm sure that in these recessionary times, many here today and all across the country face a difficult time ahead in the struggle to find graduate employment. Although we have heard in the last few weeks that the economy has, in pure economic terms at least, emerged from recession, whilst this may not mean instant prosperity, a stronger economic environment lies ahead, not least because of the optimism this will bring business and employers. Since 2009, we have been cocooned in the security of student life, with guaranteed loans and no burden of income tax. And now we emerge from the safety net of university to a job market that, while still suffering, is looking significantly healthier. Graduate opportunities have increased by 0.9%. Public sector jobs are set to increase by up to 20% this year, following a recruitment freeze, and average starting salaries are predicted to rise overall. From the very beginning of my time at UH, I remember programme tutors impressing upon us the importance of work experience and extracurricular activities, that a degree alone isn't enough to necessarily differentiate you in the job market today. I hope that with this guidance, many of you feel much more confident about tackling the job market and with the knowledge that you made the best of your university years. I'm sure that you will join me in thanking all of the members of staff who have helped us along the way. I would like to thank every member of staff from the business school for their continued support over the last few years. I think at times it was easy to feel disconnected from your studies and blinded by the stress of it all, but particularly in my final year, I found the staff to be a friendly lifeline and could not have coped without their encouragement. I'm not sure that any of us could have achieved as highly and have dealt with those reports that honestly just came out of nowhere on a Sunday evening, had it not been from the unconditional love and support from family and friends. I would like to thank the Chancellor for receiving the graduates of the Department of Marketing and Enterprise and the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics today. Congratulations, class of 2012. I wish you the best of luck with the future.
India, thank you for what you have said, and I think that perhaps particularly we'll have appreciated your kind words for the faculties, who I think should take a very high proportion of the credit for the success of everybody here today. I'd like to repeat my congratulations to all the graduands, to sympathise and congratulate with your friends and families, and perhaps to make a couple of further points. Nationally, this country will stand and fall by the success of the people who can succeed in international world competition, both technically and intellectually. Therefore, high-grade graduates are going to be of extreme importance for the future of this country, those of you who intend to live here and work here. For those of you who are going to work abroad or return to where you came from, I hope that you will take with you a sympathetic remembrance of your experience here at the university, of this country, and that you will form part of an important network for the future both of your own countries and of this one, both of whose futures will depend on their increasing cooperation, no matter where you come from. If we succeed, it will be because of the success of universities like this. And therefore, it is not only important that you should go forth and represent the University of Hertfordshire and everything that we stand for, but that you should help us in your future careers by keeping in touch with us and making sure that you form part of an active network of alumni. And I hope that we will see you back here constantly during the course of your lives and your careers, both to help us and perhaps even to take further degrees as your lives go on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you will take a fine memory of today's proceedings as one of the high points of your lives. I wish you the very greatest of good fortune in what awaits you. and I hope that you will come back and help us make the University of Hertfordshire an even greater institution than it is already. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal part of the proceedings. Refreshments await you in the Alban Arena, and perhaps you would kindly stand while the academic procession leaves the Abbey.